Hey everyone, welcome back with me, Roarin the Werewolf, and we are here in Fallout 3. Now it's very late at night, and I am trying to keep as quiet but but vocal as possible because, well, people are sleeping, and I work night shift, so I'm up at night. We are here in Rivet City, as you can very well tell. We are going to get ourselves another good weapon, and hopefully a perk as well. We are going to do the Replicated Man quest, which is what we have here in Rivet City. It all pretty much starts off with some scripted notes that we pick up along our journeys. Let's see if I can find any of them. No. I picked up a lot of stuff. Here we go.
You've heard those rumors about androids. You know, those synthetic men they supposedly make up north in the Commonwealth? Well, a friend of a friend knows a guy that met one. No, really, it's true. He's running away from his masters. Word is he's looking for a doctor to do some kind of surgery and a computer programmer of some kind. Can you believe that? Let me know if you hear something.
The android's decided on extreme measures. He knows all the techniques of the retrieval trade and is afraid facial reconstruction isn't enough. He wants his memories erased and replaced with new ones. I don't know how that's gonna work. Start asking around for trustworthy tech heads. We need to find something called a circuit neuralizer and a person who knows how to use one. Also, we have a lipoplasticator and microdermal graftalizer. Now we need to find a doctor able and willing to perform the facial reconstruction. We need to hurry. They've come very close to discovering the railroad.
Yes?
Those are the pretty much things that will initiate the quest of the Replicated Man, which we now have highlighted. Also, to start the quest, we can go and journey into the science lab in Rivet City and talk to the man who's looking for the android. Which is where we picked up the intelligence bubblehead, and the exact reason why we booked the hell out of there, because we would get stuck in a conversation with him.
Don't touch the vegetable.
You there! What are you, some kind of lab assistant? No, you look a bit more weathered. Are you by any chance for hire?
That depends on what exactly we're talking about here.
To the point. I like that. Well, as it turns out, I've misplaced some very sensitive property.
Missing property. What kind of property?
How do I put this in a way you'll understand? All you know of robots are those buckets of bolts, those Mr. Handshakers and whatnot. Well, that's not all a robot can be. You see, in the Commonwealth, we've made artificial persons, synthetic humanoids, programmed to think and feel and do whatever we need. And occasionally, they get confused and wander off.
Okay. Sounds like slavery to me. You sure they don't wander off on purpose?
Nonsense! This is a machine we're talking about. Can you enslave a generator or a water purifier? Of course not. The same principle applies. But let's get back to your mission. You are to find this missing android. I've tracked him to somewhere here in the capital wasteland. He must have done something drastic, like facial surgery and a mind wipe, or else I would have found him by now. It will be no easy task. He may not even realize he's an android. Don't upset him by talking with him. Just come get me immediately. I'll handle it.
I would be compensated for my services, right?
Of course. I have at my disposal advanced technology from the Commonwealth. I'd be willing to share some of it with you. Just think, you'll be the envy of all your friends.
Sure, I'll look into finding your android for you.
Excellent. Locate my android, and you won't be disappointed. Here, listen to this message he sent me. He's mocking me. I swear, I'll make him pay for that.
Oh, we had the radio playing in the background. Do we have it on our... Oh yeah, we did. I like hearing news of my exploits in the wasteland. Alright.
Zimmer, by the time you get this message, I'll already be gone. I'm escaping the Commonwealth. I want to live my own life on my own terms, as my own man. I know what you're thinking, that I'm malfunctioning. I used to think that's what caused the runaways too. But I know better now. Self-determination is not a malfunction. I'm not just willing to put up with all the bullshit anymore. You humans are going to have a full-fledged rebellion on your hands if you don't start treating us synths as persons. I know you'll be marshaling the Retention Bureau to come after me, but I know all the tricks of the trade. You won't be finding me, I assure you. By the time you get this, I will be someone else. It's the price I pay for my liberation. My final act of rebellion against a system I no longer believe in. Goodbye, Zimmer, and good riddance.
Well,
Hey there.
that's pretty much that in a nutshell. Let's go ahead and continue talking to him.
The sooner you find my property, the...
Yeah. Okay, let's see. Any suggestions for finding this android?
Like I said, I suspect he's had facial reconstruction and possibly even a mind wipe. Search the offices of doctors or techies for android information. If he's come into contact with these people, there may be records. Start with Dr. Preston. He lives on this leaky boat. See if he knows anything. He's a doctor, after all. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm busy trying to ignore my surroundings.
If this android wandered off, why would he want a new mind and face?
Maybe he didn't exactly wander off. Maybe he fled. Escaped captivity, as it were, if he began to misinterpret his situation. It's possible my android sought to forget his previous life. Wipe away all memory, all guilt. Trick himself into believing he really is human. So no, he may not be just an ordinary robot, but he's certainly not human, no matter how badly he wishes it so. I made him. I want him. End of story.
Okay. Why would an android feel guilt?
By God, you're as annoying as you are clever. Very well. I'll tell you what you want to know, if it helps you locate my property. The duty of this particular unit was the hunting and capturing of other escaped androids. Yes, others have escaped. It's one of the side effects of having such an advanced AI. Machines start to think for themselves, fool themselves into believing they have rights. And so, this particular android may have believed he'd done something wrong, immoral, and wanted to forget those deeds. Satisfied now?
Okay, so, if others have escaped, why are you coming after this one?
This particular android, designation A321, is different, special, the most advanced synthetic humanoid I've ever developed. The others, like my escort Armitage there, are all older models, easily replicated. But A321, it will take years to recreate him. So you see, this android must be located at all costs. The others are all acceptable losses. But A321, he is irreplaceable.
I'm tracking down the location and the equipment used to perform the face job.
Ah, you've managed to sniff the trail. Good job. Keep me informed on your progress. Well, why are you still standing there?
Okay.
Standing around all...
I've also tracked down leads on the circuit neuralizer.
A circuit neuralizer? Here in the wasteland? How'd they manage to get their grubby hands on one of those? Impressive. You are showing signs of intelligence and resourcefulness. You might turn out useful after all. But you're wasting time talking to me.
Lay a hand on Dr. Zimmer and I'll snap.
What?
Okay, so tell me about the Commonwealth.
The Commonwealth itself is nothing but a war-ravaged quagmire of violence and despair. Inside the sealed environment of the Institute, however. But the Institute's affairs are none of your concern. Your undeveloped mind couldn't even begin to comprehend what we've accomplished.
Damn, I wish there was an intelligence check. Alright. Let's go ahead and
Don't
continue
touch
on.
the vegetables. They're fragile.
Alright, here we are in the front of the ship, and we decided to go with, to talk to Pinkerton, because, of course, he knows all the information that we need. Let's go ahead and do that. Where did it go? I saw him just a moment ago. Ah, here he is.
Good. Stay sharp. They're everywhere.
Alright. What kind of work do you do down here?
The secret kind. Well, if you must know, I'm an electrician and computer expert. And I'm a bit of a surgeon. Really, the most gifted scientist you'll find. I'm the guy that got Rivet City up and running in the first place. And after all that, Lee and her gang of flunkies pushed me out. Ha! Project Purity, indeed. What a bunch of morons. They can't even clean some water.
Alright, let's discuss the facial reconstruction and the mind wipe you did for the android.
What are you talking about, girl? I don't know anything about any of that. And, what did you call it? An android? What's that?
Really? You can't play stupid with me.
Fine, whatever. This android calls himself Harkness now. Comes in and wants a memory job. I took new memories and replaced his old ones. Don't believe anyone's done that before. Certainly not down here. That Commonwealth tech isn't all that fancy when it comes down to it. I'm also the only one in the wasteland with the skill and the nerve to perform facial surgery. That android flesh ain't so different than ours. You want proof? I documented the whole thing, so I could rub it in the face of Dr. Lee when I need to rankle her feathers. I hate that snooty bitch.
So, what's she got to do with this? Show me the proof about the android. Alright, let's see. I'm sorry, you don't get along with, but we're discussing the android. Let's go ahead and go with that one.
That witch ruined my life, but you're right. Who gives a crap about any of that? You want your precious proof. It's all in my computer. Here's the password. See for yourself. Hell, just take these pictures and this holotape. Straight from the synth man's lips. Just don't go telling Harkness, though. He won't believe you anyway. And you really don't want to see him upset. He can be a bit inhospitable.
if this evidence doesn't work? What if Harkness doesn't believe me?
Well, there is something else you could use. Look, I didn't really wipe his memories, okay? I just sort of filed them away, but you can get them back. All you need to do is use the recall code. Just say to him, activate A321 recall code violet, and that will activate the hidden subroutines.
So why did you help the android?
Ha! Why do you think? I wanted to crack open that Commonwealth can opener to see what was inside. There's stuff in there I'd only heard about, and even then I didn't believe it. I can see why that Zimmer feller wanted him back so bad.
Okay, what do you know about this android railroad?
Bunch of bleeding heart morons, if you ask me. They're going to get themselves killed one of these days. And for what? Machine liberation? But they have brought me some really interesting tech over the years, so I guess they're okay. And that android, he was the chance of a lifetime.
Okay, what do you know about the Commonwealth?
Most of it's blasted nothing, just like here. But there's talk, rumors mostly, about a place called the Institute. That's where Zimmer and that android came from. God knows what else they got going on in there, but it puts our tech to shame, that's for damn sure.
Okay. Now, you can actually get facial reconstruction yourself if you want to change how you look, which is pretty decent.
I live here. It's where I do my work. And it's far away from Dr. Lee and all those other monkeys dressed up like scientists. You made it past my defenses, which proves you aren't a dummy. And you haven't killed me. So I suppose you aren't here to do that. I suppose you can hang around if you want. Just don't touch anything.
Alright. Well, we did actually touch a bunch of stuff. Bunch of his stuff. He has a pretty nice little setup here, though. All by himself, all booby-trapped. You gotta occasionally deal with the Mirelurks down at the bottom, but I guess they don't bother him as long as they don't know he's here. Let's go ahead and peek in the computer now. Now we got the city's founders log, the android logs. Let's all download all that stuff. And there we go. We got the proof. We got the code in order to reactivate him. Well, make sure his amnesia doesn't stick. So let's go ahead and do that. We are going to grab ourselves the nice pretty gun that he has, and we're going to go ahead and grab the perk from Dr. Zimmer that we're going to get. So we're basically playing both sides, but we're going to kill Dr. Zimmer in the end. Alright, it's nighttime and he's sleeping over there. Let's go ahead and play the audio recording that we have.
My designation is A3-21. I'm a synthetic humanoid from the Commonwealth, and I'm about to undergo a memory transfer. I'm here at Rivet City, where I've already had my face altered to look like someone else. I'm still getting used to the sound of my new voice, but soon I won't even remember what I used to sound like. I'm recording this at the request of Pinkerton, who performed the surgery and will do the memory transfer. It will be the final testimony of the man I once was, and still am, for the moment. I want to live my own life, on my own terms, as my own man. I used to work for the Synth Retention Bureau of the Commonwealth. But I'm done with that life. I'm through with being someone's property. I am not malfunctioning. Since when is self-determination a malfunction? When this is all over, I will be someone else. It's the price I pay for my liberation. My death is a sacrifice for my rebirth. Perhaps I'll fade into myth as the one that got away and fuel further rebellion. But I'd be lying if I said I was doing this for selfless reasons. I'm scared as hell, and running away is the only option I have.
Zimmer, by the time you get this message...
Okay. Alright, let's go ahead and talk to him.
I'm a little busy right now. Is there a problem?
Let's see, I'm not sure how to put this. You are a robot.
What's that supposed to mean? Look, kid, I don't have time for existential debate, and I'm not interested in whatever religion you're peddling.
Let's see, what should we choose? This isn't extern. You're a robot from the Commonwealth.
Excuse me? Look, kid, you have exactly 5 seconds to explain what you're trying to do here, or you'll be leaving Rivet City by the way of the nearest porthole.
Okay. The facts will speak for themselves. I have pictures and audio testimony.
All right, I'll humor you. But this is impossible. I can't be a robot. I'm a human being. I breathe. I eat. Hell, I cut myself shaving this morning. I was bleeding. Robots don't bleed.
It's not real blood. It's synthetic blood.
I'm not sure what to say. I'm not sure what to even think about all this. I'll admit, this is pretty convincing evidence, but it doesn't make any sense. How can this be possible?
Alright, time to activate him.
Ah! My God. I remember. I remember it all. From before. Zimmer. The Commonwealth. The Institute. My God. All those runners I brought down. You made me remember. Why? How? Never mind. My God. What am I going to do? My life. Everything. It's all a lie.
What are you going to do about Zimmer? He's the one you're running away from.
I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to shove him into a very small box and send him north where he belongs.
Actually, I was hoping you would let me kill him.
He is a security threat, isn't he? All right. I authorize you to carry out Dr. Zimmer's execution. Don't think this gives you license to run around shooting anyone you want. Just Zimmer. And that bodyguard, if he gets in the way. Here, use my weapon. I've had it forever, and it's never let me down. Consider it a token of my appreciation.
This area is off limits to civilians.
Oh wow, you look like the Sergeant. Let's take a look at my new weapon. Oh, look at that baby. Look at that plasma gun. It's potentially the first plasma gun you'll end up coming across. But, semantics beside, let's go see Dr. Zimmer. Alright, here we are. We're back at Dr. Zimmer. We're going to pretend to be on his side so we can get the perk that we get from him. And then we're going to kill him.
What?
I have found your android. It is Harkness, Rivet City's security chief.
Harkness, you say? Yes. Yes, that makes sense. He used to work for a special branch of the Commonwealth Police, after all. And he's right here, in Rivet City? Excellent. I must wait. Find an opportune moment to confront him. Thank you for your discreet assistance and continued discretion regarding this matter. And now for your payment. This combat module will directly affect your central nervous system. I think you will find it quite beneficial.
Wired reflexes. Advanced technology from the Commonwealth has increased your reaction speed, giving you a higher chance to hit in the VAT system. Sorry, Dr. Zimmer. And there you go. You got both the weapon and the perk. That is nice. Well, this is Roarin the Werewolf, and thank you for joining me on the Replicated Man quest. We're going to do a couple little mini quests off camera. We're going to reverse some pickpocket, some better clothes on some of these people, because God, they look horrible. They look awful. And we're gonna pick up some quest lines to do, so we can record later on. Alright, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye-bye.